Hello folks, Fuzzfinger here, welcome back to Reaper of Souls, and today we're going to do our first Nephilim Rift. So to open a Nephilim Rift we require these Rift Keystone fragments, 5 of them to be precise per Rift, and we collected these from our bounties in the previous episode. So we'll just open that there. Now bounties are basically randomised quests in the preset game environment, but your Nephilim Rift is your completely randomised environment. So it's about a 10-minute dungeon, but everything is random in it. So should be a lot of fun, you never know quite what you're going to get. We'll just take care of these here. And I don't know what, but when I first start recording I do seem to get a little bit of FPS lag, but it does seem to get solved by pausing the recording and then starting it again immediately after. So if you can just put up with it for a moment while we kill these, and then I will hopefully sort it out for you. Let's kill this rock worm as well. So yeah, not only another champion pack, like I was saying, it is completely randomised, so you know you can get a whole load of champions here. But not only are the levels themselves random, but the types of monsters you can get. So you can get like an Act 2 area, but with Act 4 monsters. And they're also some of the most rewarding content to play as well, but I'll talk about that in a moment. Right then, hopefully that's going to be a little bit smoother for us now. So we've got this bar on the right hand side, there's our first level of the day. That's on 3%, that fills up as we go through the rift and kill monsters. The general goal is to get that to 100%. Once you do so, the boss will spawn. Again, a completely randomised event. It can be one of about 30, I think, different bosses that can spawn. And once you kill that, you can speak to one of the NPCs in town, and they'll give you a XP reward and gold reward. The one thing about the boss, as well, is it does drop a lot of loot. It's not guaranteed to drop a legendary, but it does drop a good few items. So yeah, that's why I was saying that rifts are probably, or at least designed to be, the most rewarding part of the game. Mainly because they're gated behind the fact that you do need to collect the rift keystones. So you don't necessarily have access to them all the time. And also there's a patch coming out, I believe it's the first content patch, where you are going to be able to do something called tier rifts. I don't know much about them, but apparently you are going to be able to compete with other people. There's going to be leaderboards, and also by completing a rift you gain access to a harder rift with greater rewards, and complete that and you gain access to an even harder rift with even greater rewards, which goes on and on and on until you can't do it anymore. So you can see how many how hard you can get your rifts compared to other people. At least I think that's the general gist of it, so I am looking forward to that. But I've got to say, Diablo 3 has really taken on new life, at least for me, since the expansions come out. The game at its heart is all about killing monsters and collecting loot, but it got so monogamous, if that's the right word I'm thinking of, in the classic version of the game, because, well, everything was the same. There was some randomisation, but really not a lot, in all honesty. I should really be picking up these blue items. I'm used to slaughtering enemies on my high level 70s, and I don't bother with picking up the blue items anymore. So it's a habit I actually need to get out of. One of the other things that's randomised is the density in rifts. So we've got a bit of a medium density, I'd say, going on here with some relatively high amount of champion packs. Although sometimes you get a low density, other times you get an insane amount of monsters. So we're in an Act 5 area here, despite the fact we opened the rift in Act 1. You can also get the same areas, or areas from the same act that you're playing with. Whether you get a higher chance or not, I'm not too sure. I'm using the Razor Naga to play this game. I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun just being able to sit back, push your keyboard away, and just chill with the mouse in your hand. Can open the map, do everything without even flinching. I mainly got the Razor Naga for World of Warcraft, and it does take a little bit of getting used to, but I think when you do, you just never want to go back to a normal mouse. So these have got the Malta, that's it. I always get them two confused, which puts the fire on the floor and also causes them to explode upon death, which, as you can see, is very pleasant. So halfway through level 12 now. I think another couple of levels and we'll probably want to be expanding our gear at the crafting, at the blacksmith once again. Although hopefully in the not too distant future we will start seeing some things in the way of legendaries dropping, which would be quite pleasant. Not that they're going to last long at these levels because we're going to be levelling so quickly. But every now and then you can just bump the difficulty up maybe a level or two until you out-level the awesome items that you get, then you'll need to back it off again. But right now I think hard is about just about sufficient for our purposes. Take care of Cargo the Maligned here. So we're getting a lot of blue items, but as I said, still worth picking those up because we could do with the crafting materials. Incidentally, there is no higher chance of getting legendary items on hard over normal, but if you do bump your difficulty level up to Torment, then you do get that bonus. The main reason for upping your difficulty levels, at least to Torment, is for the extra XP and extra gold. But of course, if you're killing substantially slower, then it's probably not worth it, because even with the extra XP, you might actually be getting a lower XP per hour. So something to definitely consider there. A goal I always, well not a goal, but a rule I always work towards is if I can comfortably destroy a treasure goblin before it disappears off into the portal, then I'm happy to farm that level, basically. If I can't kill the treasure goblin, then that's pretty much a good indicator that I shouldn't be playing on the difficulty I am playing on. So some of these levels, as you can see, are a little bit mazy, which of course can be a bit frustrating, especially when you know the exit's going to be in an area that you've already fully explored. You just missed the one little section off and you have to run all the way back to the level. Well, that's just the nature of playing Diablo. It's a randomised game at the end of the day. I'm sure there's more appropriate ways of exploring the levels than the ways I do. I just tend to just run wherever. But you probably should explore every nook and cranny that you find as and when you find it, I guess. Just to cover every base. A Ring of the Leech. Well, we're not using a ring yet, so we'll definitely throw that on, even though it's only 2 life per hit. Keep all my crafting mats together. No other upgrades in a minute, okay. We're getting pretty close to level 13 though. And did we unlock the Scoundrel? I think we did, didn't we? But I'm happy to keep the Templar, mainly because he's also a strength wielder. Just as our Crusader is. I will kill these. Because our bar is a little bit low at the moment, our progress bar. I've got a feeling if we do find the next level, which we will, I say if we do, I should say when we do, we're going to get a nice density. Because what we're experiencing so far is quite a slow bit of progress in my opinion for Nephilim Rift. Now, there should be a rare mob around here. Did we come across it, or is it one of the... Ah, there it is. Oh, we've got Steed Charge. I'll definitely be equipping that skill in a moment. We cannot change skills for combat, so that's why I'm not doing it right now. Just take care of the Gorgon first. And that's handy. I'm just about to level 2 as well before we go exploring elsewhere. Right then, so just make sure there's no upgrades. Nope. If we go into skills, we'll get rid of provoke and use steed charge. So let's just have a look at that. I know it's going to put it on cooldown, but pretty good. I'm not sure if it's got collision detection on it. It says we can ride through enemies unhindered, so I'm guessing it doesn't, which will be useful. And we are on 42%. And this is Act 4, or rather this is an Act 4 area, with some Act 1 mobs actually. No, Act 2. Is this Act 2? Mobs? I always get confused. I know you got the spider area in Act 1, but you got spiders in some of the burrows in Act 2, haven't you, as well? One or the other anyway. Well, density doesn't seem to be as big as I'd hoped it would have been. But we are making progress. Just keep collecting those items because, again, as enemies start to level, we are going to need upgrades. Are you guys happy, by the way, with me playing Diablo 3 on the series in this fashion? Or would you rather me edit out sections and maybe just like include bosses and stuff? Although I reckon we could have some pretty short episodes if we did that. But let me know what you guys would prefer anyway. I mean, it's easier for me, of course, just to upload the episode as is. And if you guys like that, I'd rather do it. But if you only want me to demonstrate the good stuff, then I guess I can spend some time doing some editing as well. Right then, we've got a two-handed polearm, which is of no use to us. A conduit pylon. I tell you what, these things are awesome. Pylons only exist in rifts. We found the end of a rift. But as you can see, they just decimate everything. At least they normally do. Tell you what, these things are going down a little bit slower than expected with this conduit pylon. But if we can get this rare pack killed, then I will be fairly happy. Just about. Don't know whether it's because we're at a lower level, but normally, at least on the higher level noobs, they do die pretty darn fast with the conduit pylon. You can just run around killing everything. So that's other pylon, we saw the blue one, that will take us back to town, indicating that there are no further levels to this rift. So we need to go and find more monsters because we are still 46% short of our target. Normally, I've got to say, you do reach 100% way before you find the exit to the rift. I guess we've just been a little bit unlucky in this one. So I reckon next time anyway we'll probably do another set of bounties, maybe in Act 2. I guess if we do bounties in every act, then we can start doing some campaign as well if people want to do that. Just to change things up a bit. That's a good thing about the way the game is now. You can level how you want to, when you want to. I guess the only other thing I wouldn't mind is if you could choose, when you do campaign, what acts you want to do straight from the get-go. Rather than having to complete it all first, in order.
Not enough rat.
There is some collision detection with those, with that ability. that steed ability. But nothing too major, I don't think. Oh look, we got through that side. Also, treasure goblin over there. So we're very carefully going to kill this group here before we proceed over to the goblin. Let's see if they give us a nice legendary item to kill the goblin with. Nope. Can we bring these over without pulling the goblin, do you think? It's possible. The more space we can make, the better, I reckon. There we go, and now it's goblin time. Come on. Follower is definitely helping us with that. What do we get? Nothing of any value, really, apart from a little bit of crafting materials. The steed is mainly used to just get around faster, I reckon, isn't it? And, wow. Well, we're getting to the end of this level, but still no.
Keep your guard up. There are foes at every
Okay, we're going to have to
turn.
head to the right, I reckon, because we pretty much explored the previous level, didn't we? There was not much left of that one, anyway. I've got to be honest, I expected the Nephilim Rift levels to be a little bit shorter. So, excuse me, the videos to be a little bit shorter than the videos where we did a full set of bounties, but this one seems to be quite lengthy in time. But we're finding mobs now, so it's all good. Let's see what masses of demons lie ahead, shall we? Ah! I've never actually experienced a rift where I am struggling to find monsters. We might actually end up having to go back to the first level. I can only assume we did miss quite a bit up there, but I don't understand how, to be honest with you. Let's just make sure there's nothing up this northern section here. Like I said, rifts are random. There's always enough monsters to spawn the boss, but sometimes they just tend to be a little bit rubbish, as is the case here. So yeah, we're going to head up, head up to the first level once again. There is a little bit of unexplored area over there, but to be honest, I'm not running all the way back over. So probably not the best rift to have showcased for our first, but we got what we got, so we have to just deal with it now. I'm kind of thinking we should just start from the start, to be honest. It's probably going to be quicker than running all the way back from the exit. Right, there is explored stuff around here. Look, we can get some of the blue items that we dropped as well. Right, so we'll go over here first, I think just to the east. Got some of these shadow mobs where we had 2 of them. So not a whole lot of help there, to be honest. What are we on? 70? We've still got like 23% of the barter filler. Ah, but this is good. We've got monsters everywhere here. Oh, frozen. We do want to move from that. As you can see, the follower didn't, so it ended up in a bit of bother there. Do remember, this is hardcore. So 1 life is all we have. And Blizzard are very strict with that rule. If you die to lag or for whatever reason, it's absolutely pointless trying to complain to them or email them asking to be resurrected. You won't be. for the ice, and we'll go and hopefully finish this guy off now, but that hasn't run away again. Ah, I was going to blind him, but he just teleported the little git. Ah, come on. Ah, I was kind of expecting that bit of ice then to explode just before we reached it. 82%. Wow. It's like we're going to have to kill every single mob in the whole rift just to spawn the boss. And just to clarify, normally that is not the case. Ah, I'm guessing we're going to be level 14 before the next rift event, or the next rift boss, or the first rift boss rather. Seeing as how we are less than one bubble away. Right, these things are immune to blind. Make a mental note of that. I think when we get to level 14, I might just take a very quick detour to town to see if there's any upgrades for us to collect. Although, to be honest, I reckon most of the upgrades come at level 15. Yeah, this level is full of the champs, isn't it? Although these are going a bit quicker. Oh, there's our level. And we've got an active skill category. Ah. That's twice in one rift that we've done Frozen. Right, so let's very quickly port back to town. And let's see what we can make. I will look at my skills as well before we go back. If we salvage all the rubbish stuff. I know we could use that ring, but I'm just going to salvage it for the materials. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye to all that. And let's see what, if anything, we can make. Yeah, we can make a nice shield. And it is a nice shield. Bit of an upgrade there, especially on the toughness side of things. Nope, nope, nope. Gloves, no. Helm. Shoulders. We can make some new shoulders next level though, I'm pretty sure. Two-hand. I think we could have a go, I guess, at making an axe. There you go, look, that's a bit of an upgrade for us. And because it's only a one-hander, there's no reason why we can't get rid of Heavenly Strength momentarily. And equip either Vigilant, Fervor I think. And Laws of Valour, which is a passive with an active component to it. So it's always doing something for us while it's on our hotbar. Let's use our TAM portal. But we can also activate it for, is it damage? Just check in a moment. Yes, increased attack speed. Right then, where haven't we explored? Further down. Like I say, we are very unlucky that we've come across a rift where we are actually having to look out for monsters. Normally there's a surplus of them. So hopefully you can see that next time at our next rift. But for now we must engage what is, and what is a rift with not many mobs in it for us. I keep using that horse out of habit actually, because there are runes that increase damage, or that do damage when you use it, but we haven't got any, so it's probably pretty pointless. I was hoping for a slightly quicker episode today because I am getting hungry. I've got a pizza to stick in the oven, but I thought I'd get the episode recorded first. Now I'm actually very hungry. Ah, looks like we're very close to doing it now with all these Stygian crawlers, or whatever they're called. Right, got a bit of a connection here, 95%. Okay, let's see what's down here. Oh, another champion pack. Not that I'm complaining, because they give us a higher chance at decent items. Ah, come on, kill him, kill him. Just the blue. 96%. It's at the point now where it looks like it's just completely full, so the boss could spawn at any moment. Quite a large area, this first level, isn't it? There we go. Now, who's our first rift boss? It's the choker. These things have quite a bit of health. When I say these things, I mean the actual rift bosses themselves. So we might be here for a minute or two while we try and get this down, so I'll activate the Laws of Valor. And it does like to spawn these little poison globules on the floor. So it doesn't hurt to take care of those, because they're just going to get a little bit overwhelming if we don't, perhaps. We're going to have a lot of poison coming in that circle. To be honest, the damage here is negligible. I have got 2,500 health and about 8,000 toughness. So even on hard, because I've spent my Paragon points into Resist All and Vitality, it should just be able to stand here and see what it throws at us. So look, I'm barely taking damage. I would up the difficulty, but we'll just be here all day then. The damage isn't a problem, but the health can be, the health of the monsters. It does ramp up quite significantly with the difficulty increases. Right, we're down to the last quarter of health here. And then we can get our reward. Our eternal reward. Yeah, how many else have you thinking of me saying that? Probably no one, probably just me. Right, the choker is about to be choked to death. And
My strength is restored.
Long ago, I would
we get some good stuff.
a
A couple of rare items, some blood shards. Maybe we could have a look at spending those. Actually, no, I'm not going to. Save them for my higher level characters. But yeah, blood shards are a new currency in Reaper of Souls, and you can use them to gamble items at this NPC here. You could even get legendaries from it,
Then conquer the rifts,
although they are rarer.
rightful place among us.
Okay, some nice legs for our use, and somewhat of an upgrade with the chest there. So we'll salvage these few items, and may as well equip that, hadn't we? I mean, we've got nothing else to put on there for now. Let's just see. Okay, there won't be anything else here because we've already been here at level 14. So we'll get our quest reward. Maybe we will level up. Yep. 22,000 XP. So now, let's see. First of all, we can craft a new two-handed flail. 40% damage. That's what I like to see. What I am going to do is throw Heavenly Strength back on. And what else did I see? No, I don't want that. We'll take that though. I'm not a big fan of Blessed Hammer, to be honest. I loved it in Diablo 2, but it just doesn't seem to work as well in this game, I don't think.
What skill should I
And
master?
we'll go for Justice. It's a sort of medium range spell. And let's just very quickly give our Templar his new ability.
My power
Give him a
grows.
stun. You don't really use followers for their damage. Well, some do, but look at that, 55% increase. So 79 damage to 123. And just see what else we can do. Belt, no. Helm, now that's interesting. We could potentially get a helm with a socket. Let's see if we can get one with a socket, because I can stick an experience gem in there. I'll tell you what, we'll see if we can get a socket at the jewel crafter. Not the jewel crafter, the mystic. Pants, no, we've got some new pants. Shoulders, yes please. If you need some of these iridescent tears, then shoulders are good things to craft because they don't take any to craft, but they do give them to you when you salvage them. Right then, let's salvage these, and we will go and see if we can get a socket in our helm. If you want, because you're playing hardcore, or if you are playing hardcore, you can take the purple gem to increase your toughness. Medium. Might as well get rid of the life per hit. Ah, well. I could have sworn you could add a socket in at level 15 on a helm. Ah, shoot. I've salvaged the wrong bloody one, haven't I? Ah, that's a real noobish error, that is. Ah, well. I'm sure we all make them. I'm just unfortunate enough to catch mine on camera. Yeah, that'll do. Don't need to enchant it now. And there we have it. A relatively decent decked out level 15 character, prepared to take on another set of bounties, which we shall do in the next episode. So please, if you want to support my work, do go ahead and share this video, this episode, on your social media, websites, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Until next time, I've been your host Fuzzfinger, and I'll see you soon for more Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls.